How's it going, guys? Cameron here at the Canadian Gamer. Hope you're all enjoying your Sunday afternoon by the time you guys watch this video. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Virtual Fighter 2 specifically. Went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, which actually ended up, of all places, a Brett Weiss rabbit hole. We'll get to that in a minute. So I was watching a video earlier this morning, a Sega Lord X video where he was talking about Virtual Fighter 2 for the Sega Saturn and how that game compared to the original arcade. Now, I had the Sega Saturn version of Virtual Fighter 2, and I don't talk about it a lot on this channel. I'm not really a huge fan of fighting games, but I do love the Virtual Fighter series. So, of course, I watched that video last night. And, you know, with regards to Virtual Fighter 2, it is a really good port on the Sega Saturn, but the graphics do not really compare to the original arcade game, obviously. Now, the thing that Sega Lord X pointed out, and I didn't know this, was that the Xbox 360 and the PS3 version, or the port, of the game is not a port of the Sega Saturn version, but of the arcade. Apparently, it's in some cases even better than the arcade version. You can even see here just a quick screenshot where you can see the bridge in the background, 3D rendered. That was not in the Saturn version of the game on this stage. So I looked it up. It's only $5 on the Xbox Live Marketplace. So I may actually go ahead and purchase that because I love Virtual Fighter 2. And for $5, I don't see an issue with that digital download. So really excited about that. I've never played an arcade perfect conversion of that game. Even though the game is really old at this point, it came out in 1994 in the arcades. It still looks really good. So I posted a comment on Sega Lord X's video, just quickly mentioning, I'm a huge fan of this game. I think it's probably, in my humble opinion, the best fighting game of all time. So someone else responded to my comment, and they mentioned that Virtual Fighter 5, which originally came out on the 360 and the PS3 a number of years ago, I think way back in 2006, if I'm not mistaken, is coming out for the PS4. So I guess the guy probably meant PS4, PS5. I did a quick Google search. Apparently 2 weeks ago, somewhere, I'm not quite sure, you can look it up yourself, it popped up as a game that I guess it might be released here digitally, I presume, maybe physically, for the PS4. There was no mention of the Xbox One or the Xbox Series console, but that would be cool if we could get a physical release of Virtual Fighter 5. I would be happy with a copy of that game, on the Xbox 360 or even the PS3. Now, while I'm taking a look at that, I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole on Wikipedia, and I was actually reading about Virtual Fighter 3. That's the one that, at least myself, I never really played. Don't hear a lot about it. Came out in the arcade, again, around the mid to late 90s. And it was only ever ported to the Dreamcast as far as I'm aware. So you can see some screenshots here. Virtual Fighter 3. So I'm reading about Virtual Fighter 3 on Wikipedia. And I go down to the reception section of the page just to see some of the reviews, see if it's worth my while to sort of seek this game out. I do have a Dreamcast, so it is quite possible for me to, again, seek a copy of this game out. And lo and behold, under the reception section, I see here it says, all games, Brett Weiss reviewed the arcade version and scored it 4.5 out of 5 stars, concluding that it was a deep game with a cinematic look and virtually limitless replay value. So I'm like, what the hell? Brett Weiss? The Brett Weiss? So I clicked the link on the Wikipedia page to the article in question, And then it brought up, sure enough, an article from All Games written by Brett Weiss. And it's such a tiny little review. It's not even a review. I'm like, what the hell is this? So, you know, for those of you who aren't aware of who Brett Weiss is, this guy is like basically the laughingstock of the video game community. This guy, you know, he's kind of a white knight for the Intellivision Amico. And I think it was last year, maybe it was the year before, but he had a video on his YouTube channel. And he was jump roping. And in the video, he made an off the cuff remark about the inner city. It was kind of tasteless. And a lot of us in the community actually called him out on it in his comment section. And he immediately blocked every single one of us from being able to post comments on his YouTube channel. And then he basically followed us. He blocked everybody and followed everybody at the same time. This guy is a thin-skinned man, baby. You can see here he wrote a book about Kiss that just tells you all you need to know about him right there. He's obviously extremely eccentric. Just look at the guy. So yeah, I thought that was funny. Reading about Virtua Fighter 3, and I come across Brett Weiss. So yeah, the guy's a social media whore. He's on all the outlets, you name it. He's on Facebook, TikTok. He's got a video on his Facebook where he talks about how he refers to himself as an old white man, an old white guy playing basketball. You can check it out yourself. So yeah, I had to laugh. Brett Weiss, the laughingstock of the video game community. I would never take this guy's word on anything video game related. This guy is extremely biased, and he's just a real strange dude, a real strange cat, if you will. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to mention, you know, Virtua Fighter 2 on the 360 and the PS3 network is an arcade perfect conversion. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Brett Weiss rabbit hole that I fell into this morning reading about Virtua Fighter 3. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.